So, you want to use Google Forms. Google Forms is one of the most enjoyable pieces of technology I've run across this year. It's easy and it's quick. So let's go get right to it. You go to google.com forms and click on the link that takes you to either personal or business forms. Create a blank form by clicking the plus sign, and it'll give you an initial untitled question. Now, if you're making an assessment like a quiz or a test, you're going to want to turn on Make This a Quiz. And you want to turn on later after manual review if you're going to have any answers that are not going to be a standard multiple choice. Your settings here involve whether you want the students to know which questions they answered incorrectly, if you want them to be able to see the correct answer immediately, and how many points each question is going to be worth. I tend to set the default to 1 point and then edit it so that I make it equal out to 100 in the end. And then last but not least, do you want to get the email addresses and do you want to send a copy of their response? This is up to your personal taste. I like to limit it to one response so that the girls can't take multiple times taking the test, but it's totally up to you. Once you've got your settings where you want them, you go to questions. There are several different options for what questions you can have. Short answers, a couple of words, maybe a sentence. A paragraph is for a longer extended response. Multiple choice, classic. You can add as many options as you want to, ranging from true, false up to 10 or 15 choices. I wouldn't go that far though. Checkboxes are for when you want multiple things to be possible to be checked. So when you write those questions, say something like, select all that are applicable. So which of these are animals? And you can put in options like cat, not car, cat, dog, fish, cactus, and select which ones you want to be considered correct. When you push answer key, it allows you to select which things you want to be considered correct and how many points you want them to be worth. Click done and you have just made your first question in a Google form. The next thing you want to do is add more questions. So you click this little plus sign right here and it adds the same thing that it added in the first place, that multiple choice question, right there underneath the first one that you just created. Multiple choice, check boxes, drop down menus for in case you want matching. And one of the ones that is very flexible is where you can upload files to Drive, where you can have them create a product and then load it in. Now, once you've got all the questions that you want to have included in your assessment, you go to responses and it'll wait for your responses. When someone enters their options, you click this little plus sign right here. That will export all of the answers from your questions into an Excel spreadsheet that you can then sort and organize, and you can even grade within the spreadsheet. So the timestamp, the email address, the score, and what they selected for their answer. Now, when you want to send this out, once you've decided you've added everything you need, you click send, and you can either email it, send a link, or embed it in whatever file you want to use. So select your URL, copy it, and send it off to be distributed. It's that easy. Thanks for joining me on Create a Form.